Hey guys, it's Tony here with episode 171 of this week's On the Hunt. This week's episode is going to feature comic books that we have picked up from Ssalefish Comics. They are located here in Greensboro, Winston-Salem, and Concord, North Carolina. They were having a wholesale event, and I was able to pick up 100 comic books of some comic book goodness. And we got some couple keys in here, some absolute Batmans, Jeffrey the Land Shark, and Avengers, Captain America. I'm just going through it right now. I told you about the Gambit. Got some Fantastic Four issues in here. Holy crap. I'm just going to show you this real quick. But we're going to go through it. Look at that. That's a good flash book right there. But we also picked up some Jimmy Palmiotti. Look at that. G.I. Zombie. Look at that. Gambit, Ghost Rider, Incredible Hulk. A bunch of really cool free comic book day. Look at that. There's some money in here. Can't wait to share it with you. We're going to go ahead and flip the camera around, and I'll show you and talk about what we got. See you in a few moments on the next On the Hunt. So we were trying to get some really cool books, and we got these wholesale from Ssalefish Comics here locally. Huge shout out to Jay and Steven. I want to say thank you. We've got a bunch of books that we're taking down to our Stokesdale Marketplace booth. So these books will show up there this weekend. Nick and I are going to go through and price these up, but I just wanted to give you a quick preview of what's coming to the market. Now, we did grab these Avengers books. I know this is the most recent issues. I love Ed McGuinness. I love his artwork and some badass story. I think this is where their home is inside a Celestial. But I do know, like this one right here, Road of No Home. No road home. What did I say? Home and no road. So this is a great story. Hulk. We just saw this recently with the Hulk and Hercules. They were trying to beat him up, and they had nothing for it. But I had to get these second printings. No Road Home, issue number 7, issue number 8. I love those covers. Whenever we get ratios or variants, we got to grab them. That is, I think, just cover B, a design variant, you would say. But World War Hulk, I don't know how, very difficult for me to, what is that, issue 48? And then we grab these. There's a whole bunch in here. Free comic book day. Don't know what year this is. I'll get some information on it. But that's featuring this Avengers group. Love it. And then, look at that. Peach Momoko goodness. Avengers Tech On. Avengers variant. Love that one. I think that's cover D. But this Timely variant is the first 3 issues reprinted. All new, all different Avengers. That's a really good series. Plus it had Alex Ross covers. So that is a reprinting of those 3 books in one book. And then this one's good. I'm going to pull this one up. So this is Grayson miniseries. This had, here look. This had, whoop, the bag. Was coming out during that movie, and you didn't know what you were getting in there. So this is the regular cover, and then you had a sketch version of Superman, and I do believe there was a sketch version of Batman, and then there was a cover with the both in sketch. Fortunately, 2 Superman sketch. Had to pick that up. Liefeld Captain America, issue 3, issue 8, excuse me. Yeah. And then, love it, Nomad. And then we grabbed some Ed Brubaker. I did not think this was the first appearance of the Winter Soldier run. This one came after it. But we did get a couple of those. And then this is the current run. Lionel Francis Yu. Love his artwork. But, you know, that cover I think is Alex Ross, right? Captain America 3, 4, a couple 4s. There's 5. That's the Stanley Tribute, issue 6. And then number 8. And then we jump up 27. United States of Captain America, issue number 3. Hey, is that the first appearance of Typhoid Mary, 297, or Daredevil? Now this Empire run, I enjoyed that, but that's issues 1 and issues 4. And then there's some Fantastic Four issues. Diablo. They did show him in the Fantastic Four movie. I really enjoyed that. Look at that. Jim Lee, Fantastic Four, issue number 4. I think that's that little reset when the guys from Image came over and did some Marvel books. Fantastic Four number 1, Matt Fraction. The director did mention that some of the storylines from this series is in the movie, so that's really cool. Issues 1 and 2. And then look at that. Couldn't pass that up. Michael Turner cover, 553. That's a older version of the Fantastic Four battling the current version of the Fantastic Four. Great story, 553. This is Legacy 646, but it's a restart of Fantastic Four, issue number 1. Another second printing. I don't know why I've been on a second printing kick. Beautiful Alex Ross, Fantastic Four. Look at the thing. He had a little overdrive on his growth. Fear Itself, book 3. Nice thing cover. And then I did grab that. I recognize that right away. This is in reference to, you know what that little happy button is with a little bit of blood on it, don't you? That's a Watchmen crossover. That is beautiful. That's a good book right there. And Seth Green, freshman yearbook. It's pretty cool. Hilarious. Top Cow. That's an old one. And then look at this. Fury number 2. Fury number 3. Big blocky. I know that's not Liefeld, but very similar to Liefeld there for a little while. Get Fury issues 2. Got 2 copies of that. G.I. Zombie. Look at that. Balmiotti. Love it. Oh, I just lost it. Dang it. It's hard to do this. I don't have a way to hold my camera up here. I might see if I can actually hook it into the issues 1 and 3 of G.I. Zombie, and then it goes to Gambit. Yee. Yeah, we're doing a preview. I got to get these sampled out. I might be able to do a top 10 of these books. But honestly, Nick and I, we're going to process these so these can go out to Stokesdale Marketplace in Stokesdale, North Carolina. Issue 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and the double-sized number 25. It's awesome. 1013, you know we're on a kick of Jeffrey Scott Campbell. I was calling him Jason. My fault. Sorry, Jeffrey. That's why he gives it good by J. That's issue number 0. I think that's from the first series. Ghost Rider, annual 1. Wish they would just keep the regular numbering system, but we'll never go back to that, I believe. Road to Vengeance, Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, Spirit of Vengeance, issue number 14. That was a big crossover. Ghost Rider versus the Hood. Really enjoyed seeing the Hood. Ironheart, it's been out long enough now. If you do know, Mephisto shows up. Awesome. Hulked Out Heroes number 1. You recognize that. Titan emerges. The Hulk's Hulk. Titan. I gambled on that one. That was some big bucks there for a little while. But it's just, less cover price now. It's too sad. Incredible Hulk Annual. History of the Marvel Universe number 2. McNiven cover. And then current issues, Scarlet Witch. Look at that. 5, 6. I like those covers. And this was money to me. Bongo Free For All Comics 2018. Anything Simpsons has gone up in value because they're so hard to get. Look at that. Spawn number 1. Free comic book day. Misery number 4. Spawn Universe crossover. Got 2 of these. Look at that. Free comic book day. Carnage. Spider-Man. 2 of them. That's a big book right there. That's also another second printing. That is God of Hammers, the living lightning that was trapped inside the hammer. That was a big story there for a little while. Transformers 13, 14, couple issues of 14, free comic book day of Vampirella on the new series. A new series starts here, so that's awesome. Red Band, still bagged, Wolverine number 2. Werewolf, sorry. And Max, Get Fury. I do like Fury. More Fury stuff. I should have had that under Fury. Heat Seeker, beautiful cover. It's a little sexy. Titan issue number 3. Remember this? Dragon Lines, Epic Comics, Ron Lim, his own book. Beautiful. And Dinosaurs, Heroes for Hire, Malibu Comics number 1. I have no idea if they have any value, but they just remind me. Original Sin crossover, Daredevil number 7. Nice. Gorgeous. DC versus Vampires, World War V, issue number 1. And then a couple Star Wars number 1s. Battle of Jakku, Insurgency Rising from Star Wars. Number 1 of 12, 3 of them. And then this one, look at this. Holy crap. That is West Coast Avengers number 6. That's a Stan Lee tribute cover. This is the first appearance of the Land Sharks that were created by MODOK. This one's going between 30 and 50 bucks. That was a solid pickup right there. And then look at that. First printing, all in. I have sold every single copy of Absolute Batman that I got. Now I've got one more. And then last but not least, look at that. That is a foil Batman. Love it. It does have a ding in the spine, so that's not minty fresh, but that's a hard one to find. That wraps up. That is a beautiful group of books. I want to thank the guys at Ssalefish Comics for the great deal. 100 comic books for 150 bucks. Can't go wrong. Stay tuned for the next episode of On the Hunt and look for some of these books to be in a future top 10 and the rest of these books to appear at Stokesdale Marketplace. We'll see you on the next On the Hunt.